Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Mondays with Mandy. I got my mermaid hair on today. I got my extensions in so it makes my hair look really, really long and full and fun, and it just reminds me of mermaids. Also, there was this craze going on about this like thigh gap, like your thighs don't touch, but I've never had that in my entire life. My thighs have always touched each other, which to me makes me that much closer to being a mermaid. So I got the hair, I got the thighs going for me, like win-win. Am I right? I'm right. I know I am. So at the very beginning of this Mondays with Mandy series, I told you guys that I would be incorporating one of my favorite hobbies is etiquette and manners. I think that is so much fun to learn about and to present yourself in the best light possible. So today I'm going to do that, and I know I haven't done that in the last couple episodes, but I'm doing it now. So today I thought I would talk about how to navigate the crazy, scary, unknown waters of a first date. I get very nervous on first dates, either because I'm really, really excited about the person that I'm going out with. It's just very unsure. It's scary. Let's be honest. It's scary. So I have a couple tips and tricks for you guys if you're going on a first date soon, or you just want to put this in your back pocket for later, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I feel like these tips will really help you guys, and manners is everything when you're going on a first date. You always want to put your best foot forward when you're going on a date with someone that you could potentially, why is that such a hard word for me to say? That you could potentially, that you might have a relationship with. First things first is picking the venue. I am one of those girls that I like to be surprised. I like for the guy to sort out everything and pick the place, and you can tell them what you don't like and what you do like as far as food. So then it's up to their discretion, and we'll get to later why, because of the whole paying thing. We'll get to that later. But I like them to pick it out. However, if that's not the case and you have been deemed with the task of picking the venue, then always pick something that is not too pricey and definitely not as far as like McDonald's or Taco Bell, although take me to McDonald's, Taco Bell any day, and I'm a happy camper. Maybe not on a first date, but you know what I mean. But picking a place that is versatile for all foods. So I usually like to go for American food because everybody loves a cheeseburger. Everybody loves chicken tenders. Everybody loves nachos. So I like picking a place that can appeal to a lot of different audiences. Next up is when you're going to meet up. Ideally, I personally would like the guy to come meet me, to come pick me up. So the best way to like navigate that is, what time should I be ready for you to pick me up? However, if that's not the case, that's not a problem. You can always meet up at the location of where you're meeting. And of course, you do not want to be late. You wouldn't be late for a job interview. You wouldn't be late if you were giving a speech at some kind of ceremony. So do not be a second late if you're meeting up with him. When you're sitting at the table, you definitely want to present yourself in the most fabulous way you possibly can. So sitting up, I usually like to keep my hands in my lap. I think that just shows that I am fully focused on what they're talking about, because if my hands are fiddling with something, then it shows that you're distracted. So if you have your hands in your lap, it shows that you're fully focused on what they're talking to you about or what's going on at the table. I feel like this is a given, but I'm gonna say it anyways. 100% do not have your cell phone out. Don't have it on the table. Don't have it in your lap. Don't have it in your purse. Put that sucker on silent. You are on a date with somebody who could possibly be your future. Even if the date is going horribly, you do not want to come off as a rude human being. The conversation. So this is a great time to be getting to know the person, obviously. So there really shouldn't be a time that you run out of questions. What I like to do before I go on the date is actually make a list of questions that, in case the conversation does kind of get into a lull, to have those questions for backup. So if you come to the close of another conversation and it's like awkward, then you can immediately think of those top 3 or 5 questions that you thought of ahead of time to bring the conversation back. I mean, you can Google questions to ask when you're on a first date. I mean, everything is accessible on Google now. So definitely check those out and have those prepared before your conversation. Ordering your food. Who knew there was etiquette to ordering your food? If your date decides to order an appetizer or a starter salad, go ahead and follow suit so that way you guys are eating at the same time. It can get a little bit uncomfortable or awkward if they're eating and you're not, or vice versa. It's always great and safe to just order same starter salad or an appetizer, something that you both can share so you both are eating at the same time. Also, another thing to take into consideration is when you're ordering your entree, you can go ahead and ask him what he's ordering, so then you can obviously see what he's into. Maybe you're into it as well, but you can also see how much that entree costs, so then you can order something in the same price range so that you're not ordering something astronomically more expensive than what he's ordering. The same rule of thumb goes for cocktails as well. So if he orders a beer or a cocktail or something like that, you can go ahead and follow the same, but do not get drunk. Pick a drink that you know is not going to hit you in 2 seconds and you're going to be like, woo, look at my mermaid hair. Like, no, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to hear about it, especially your date on the first date. I would also stay away from entrees with a bunch of herbs or greens in them so you don't get any of that stuck in your teeth, because that's uncomfortable as well. One last thing, take it easy on the garlic and the onions. We all know why. Things to remember just for proper etiquette's sake is when you're eating your meal, only cut the pieces that you're going to eat instead of cutting it all up like when you were a little kid. And also, if you do not finish your meal, do not take home a doggy bag. That is just poor form, poor etiquette, and we want to stay as prim and proper as we possibly can. So, footing the bill. In my opinion, a gentleman should always pay the bill on the first date. That is my opinion. That may not be the opinion of other people. It's also old-fashioned in a sweet way. But there's also nothing wrong with splitting the bill as well. Here's how to navigate that because that can get kind of tricky. The best way to go about this is reach for your purse, pull out your wallet so that he sees that you are offering to pay your side of the bill. If he says, nope, I got it, then you're good to go. And now for the goodbye, which is the most puzzling, confusing, and scary part of the whole entire date. You are either trying to figure out if they want to see you again, if you want to see them again, if you're going to hug him, if you're going to shake hands, if you're going to kiss. Now, me personally, I like to save the first kiss for the second date because at that point, I'm more comfortable with the person. I feel like I've gotten to know them a lot better. Versus the first date, it's just so much going on. It's very nerve-wracking and very confusing. I just like to save it for the second date so that I know I don't have to worry about it by the end of the date. So if I do want to see this person again, I give them a warm hug, I tell them I have a great time and would love to see them again. Otherwise, if you don't want to see him again, you can hug him, shake his hand, and just thank him for the night and say goodbye at that point. I don't think I've actually had any really bad dates before. I think I've definitely had bad first kisses though. That's always a bummer. You have a great time with them and then they go in for the kill and you're excited because your nerves are going, you got butterflies, and then your lips touch and the butterflies totally die and it's like a horrible kiss and you're like, bummer. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this Mondays with Mandy as much as I did making it for you. Let me know if these tips and tricks helped you or if they didn't, or if you have a question that I didn't address in the video. Go ahead and put that in the comment box below and I'd be happy to answer them for you. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that now by clicking here so you can stay in touch and you won't miss out on any of the videos that I put out. Also, you can find me on all of my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Those are all linked down in the description box below. I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye.